Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm making a really simple project that I'm hoping to give my girls for Christmas, some cloth bowl covers. For each cover I'm using 2 pieces of fabric, and this cotton fabric is very thin, so it's in my stash, but it's not really appropriate for quilts, so it was the perfect fabric for this project. And I also need a piece of elastic. My elastic is 16 inches long. I'm using a 10-inch bowl, and I put the bowl right on top of the fabric, and then I measured 2.5 inches out from the edge of my bowl here, and it does not need to be a perfect circle. I think just very close to that size will work. So as I go around here, you can see my bowl shift a tiny bit, but that's okay. This is not a project that needs to have a perfect measurement. After getting my fabric marked with a pencil, I pinned around that circle on the inside close to the pencil line so that my fabric will stay put, and then I will cut that circle out. I'm going to sew around the edge of that circle with a 1/4 inch seam and leave a 2-inch opening. After turning this bowl cover right side out, I'm going to take it to my ironing board, and I began by pressing that opening, those 2 edges in a 1/4 inch, so that when I go to close it, those edges will be pressed in and ready to go. And then I'll press all the way around, getting that seam nice and flat. I'm going to use the line on the bed of my machine, one of those lines, and I'm going to sew a seam all the way around about a 1/2 inch away from the edge, and this will be the casing for my elastic. I'm using a large safety pin, and I put that at the end of my strip of elastic here, and then I'll go to that opening that I had left, that I had pressed down, and it took me a minute to find that opening, and then I will thread this elastic all the way around my circle. Now I have 2 ends of elastic, and I will just put one on top of the other, and I'm going to stitch through both layers of elastic to connect those 2 ends. My elastic is now complete, and all I need to do is sew up that opening. So since I had pressed those edges in, they know exactly where to go, and I can just sew right along that edge, and my little bowl cover here is complete. I loved using this vintage fabric for this project, and it fits on my 10-inch bowl. I also tried it on my larger mixing bowl, and it worked great. So in order to give these for a gift, I thought it would be fun to put a little insert in there to give some form to that bowl cover. And so I'm going to cut a piece of cardboard the same size as my bowl, and I will put a little label on here as I gift this bowl cover to my daughters. since I'll be making a few of these, I got smart and I decided to make myself a pattern for the bowl covers I'll be making in a couple minutes, so I don't have to measure every time. And I don't know why it took me a little while to figure that out, but I'm going to do that with this cardboard. I will make my pattern and then it'll be a lot easier to cut those larger circles from my fabric. I had enough fabric to make 6 of these bowl covers, so I'll give 2 each to my daughters and for Christmas, and I think they turned out great. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.